Welcome to Actually Controller, the podcast that is actually Controller, and we are actually in control of everything you are hearing right now. I'm so very sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Actually Controller. We got Steve.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Chad.
We are missing a Chris again because he is out in sunny California because he has kids who like him and want to spend time with them.
Oh, and in lieu of not Chris being here, so sorry.
Yeah, so sorry. There you go, Chris. You're here in spirit.
We got you. So today's
and
episode,
Bob's still feeling some sort of way.
I'm seething.
So today's episode, Bob, you want to tell them what it's about?
It's about upcoming show.
Yes!
And it's about our tour.
Yes!
That's coming soon and to a city near you.
Well,
Hopefully.
Well, that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
So-
hopefully we're going to be near you. If not, please drive.
Yes,
Please drive.
Please drive and buy our stuffs because we like eating.
Yeah.
Other things that I want to throw in before we get too far in. If
Yes.
you are listening to us live and just audio-wise through...
Spotify, Apple, all the other different podcast services.
So our older episodes may not show up on our channels on these.
Yeah, on on your normal like podcast service channels like Spotify and all that. Our service provider drops older episodes.
Yes. So if you want to catch some of our older episodes, please feel free to come join us over either via Patreon
You get video.
and you'll get the video and actually get to see our
All the antics.
faces. And
The antics. Because I realize that the selling feature of the you'll see us isn't necessarily the selling feature. The antics that are all the facial expressions that don't have words attached to them
Or all the
is
stuff
a lot
that
more.
or all the stuff that we actually kind of like mute ourselves because, it can't be said on here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times Jeff's like, Bob, you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah,
You're
that's
just not supposed to
where
say
the
that.
hashtag retake comes from.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so and you can also listen to any of this on YouTube for free. So
Correct. The other thing that we didn't really get a chance to talk about in the last episode, but I think is a lot more prevalent in this one, especially since we're going to talk about the tour. We don't usually try to push a whole bunch about, different things you can buy from us or anything like
But
that.
Steve is actually releasing a whole new lingerie
Yes.
that you can buy on our merch.
And Bob is my model.
that's
So
Hey, I'm just saying, I can't tuck very well.
I made sure he shaved really well. But
I went from fro to no.
but what we do have coming up is a lot of financial responsibilities for this tour. So if you could please consider subscribing to our Patreon, give it a go for a month or 2 months, and see if it's for you. We got tons of different tier levels. We even have a $1 tier level. So
Buy
it's
our
not like it's a
stuff,
whole
you won't
bunch
be
that you're...
disappointed.
Dollar makes you holla.
Yeah, it's not like it's a whole bunch coming out, but it means a whole bunch to us. So
Come by, donate $1, get a high five.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. And if you want to stick around,
so we can survive the road.
yeah, if you want to stick around, we got
Twinkies never
the
expire.
we got the $5 level and the $10 level. You'll get access to the video versions of the podcast. You'll also get access to unreleased songs that never quite made it past the cutting room floor. You'll make it to early releases.
It's actually called Cutting Room Floor.
Yep.
And
Is it?
Eventually,
Wow.
we will probably. Hey, I wanted to bring this up. I'm going to bring it up right now on the podcast.
On the spot. Catch me off guard. What's up?
So we had talked about doing things like card games or whatever,
Yes.
and like I think for the sake of Patreon, we could do a game night style something eventually.
Fully agree. I think
and
that'd be
have
cool
that
because
only available on Patreon.
we're talking about doing also Patreon only live streams.
Yes, and
we could
that's-
easily do one of those as one of those
So-
live streams.
so
That's
if-
something you guys are interested in.
Yeah, so hit us up in the comments if there's things that you want to see us do, or keep it PG, people. Come on.
I mean,
at least
PG-13.
Yes.
yeah, PG-13
So, but realistically, yeah, more
with
feedback.
R-rated language.
Yeah, isn't that weird how they do that now? Like,
Yeah. Either way, but
if we get feedback from you, we will definitely be looking for that. So
yes.
So now to get into the meat and potatoes of today's episode, Chad,
Dun,
would
dun,
you like to
dun.
start us off?
Meat and potatoes.
Chad, start us off.
Now that our commercial part's done,
Yeah.
Chad.
Hey. Hi.
He's so Chad. He's so Chad.
I'm Chad.
I am in Chad.
Chad is here.
So let's
First off, we've got coming up July.
yes, July 9th.
July 9th, we are opening for Poet the Band.
Poet the Band.
Yeah.
Yes,
That is correct. They're hailing out of the East Coast area, and this is their first real, full pushed run because they're in support of their brand new EP actually as well.
Yeah.
And had the pleasure to do a lot of talking back and forth with their drummer
Yeah.
on Messenger a lot with prep for their show here with us, and also in addition they're helping in certain components of our tour.
Own tour. So yeah,
Yep.
we really want to push what's going on with them as well as ourselves, and make sure that we have a fabulous show. It's just really
Agreed.
So that is coming up on the 9th. We will be in Stan's room in Fort Wayne, Indiana. If you happen to be here, come see us, hang out,
Yes,
and
please.
give
At the
Bob
big
a
old
high
Pierre's
five.
complex.
Yeah, give me a high five.
Give
I like
Bob
high
a
fives.
high five.
Oh, I like high
yeah.
fives.
I do. I like high fives.
And come chill with us. So Steve, though,
Uh-oh.
Does not like high fives. Don't high five Steve.
No, he's all
fist
fist
bump.
I like high fives when you let me know it's happening. When I turn around and your hand's on my face, it's not exactly a high five.
It only happened like 12 times.
Yeah.
Steve.
And I forgot to
Don't
wash
worry.
my hands.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Chad got my high five back for me with his headstock on you.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
So a lot of the a lot of the tour stuff that we have to do and plan has been handled by Steven, because he is a gangster in crime when it comes to a lot of this stuff.
I try.
And we're gonna give you like the in-depth of basically some of how that's gone so far.
Yeah. Before we fully get into that, I also want to remind everyone for the show July 9th at Stan's, Poet is the headliner.
Oh, right. Yeah,
But
sorry.
we also have local homies.
Yes.
Moments After.
Moments after.
It's been a few months since the last time we got to play with those guys,
Yeah.
so it'll be fun to actually get to
Great
share the
guys.
stage with them again.
Great guys.
And in regards, kind of a tie to the tour and everything, I've been hunting for a lot of different bands that are outside of the Fort Wayne area for our first stop, trying to see who's, like sound and all that type of stuff. And before this show actually even got announced with all the other bands on it, we had signed off on this show months and months and months ago, but we didn't know who the other supporting acts were going to be. And I had actually stumbled on CS Nautilus as a potential tie to try to do something with for our tour. And then about a month after I had stumbled on them, found out that they were going to be on the Poet show with us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that just freaking worked out fabulous and everything like that.
So
now
we
I
get
don't
to
have to
hang
try
with
to figure
homies.
something out.
Definitely
So-
looking forward to being
Yep.
able to see them.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that all goes. I've heard that they put on a really good live show and they're really professional. And because the last time they were here, I heard there were some tech problems, but they powered through and they stayed professional on the stage and
Can't wait to play
still
with
put
you
on a good
guys.
show for everybody. So that's
Can't
going to
wait
be
to play with you
awesome.
guys.
But yeah, I kind of wanted to make sure that we still gave. You always want to give love to the headliner, the reason
yeah.
for the show,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you always want to also make sure that you're including everybody
absolutely.
else,
Mhm.
putting the
Sorry.
effort in.
Didn't mean to move on. Didn't
Yeah,
mean to move on
conversation
too quickly.
started shooting really fast.
Yep.
It's like, whoa, wait.
Wait.
Bring it back, Jeffrey.
We're at the Cloverleaf. We're coming back on the highway for a minute, okay? But yeah, the
Never finish too fast. Ever.
yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, with CS and all this is kind of a good segue into the tour run. The hope still is that we are going to start the tour run down in the greater Indy area.
Yes.
What?
However,
Around Indianapolis, we are still back and forth on trying to make sure that we have an absolute show booked there. So
that is correct. That's why I'm stating the hope is still the greater the Indy area, because all of my previously acquired leads have not been able to really get anything rolling. Any of the new contacts I've made have either not exactly been
so
responsive.
Hey, if you're down in Indianapolis and you happen to be a promoter and you want to be involved with us, hit us up in the comments.
No,
Indy, Marion,
hit us up in the comments.
Indy's a rough market to get into.
We've had this conversation kind of internally before and with other promoters and everything. Yeah. And for some reason, a lot of the Fort Wayne bands that we've talked to have always had struggles
down in
getting
Indy.
shows down in Indy and everything like that.
I mean,
and then the shows that you do get down there don't always have the strongest of turnouts and everything like that.
Well,
so,
you got like places like the Melody Inn, or if you're in the EDM world, you got like the Mousetrap and a couple of these other
Hoosier
places.
Dome. And
Hoosier Dome.
You got a newer place called the Black Circle down there and everything like that. But it's not that they're at a shortage of venues. It's just it's a very closed network and everything like that.
Now, I was just randomly, just because I thought we were talking about different venues. It's not even a venue, but I was in downtown Indy, like 4 days ago. It was like 4 days ago from where we're recording now.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 days ago, and there was a place called the Wild Beaver Saloon. It was the greatest name for any bar I have ever heard. So
that's amazing.
Kudos to you guys. Just random. I'm sorry.
I'm sure that they're pulling in the money and they don't need any bands.
Yeah, well,
they
don't. But it was just kudos.
Yes,
word, kudos.
After that, we're still working on the confirmations as of right now. By the time you see this, it may have already fully gone through. We are going to be down in Knoxville the day after that, with local label mate homies Broken Side.
Broken Side.
Nice. Kind of hosting us on that one.
Yes.
We got all the inner workings kind of already going on that one and everything.
And that's where at show?
That one's going to be in Knoxville. They're kind of handling all the logistics along with our label and stuff like that, with what the venue's going to be and who else is going to be on the bill now.
So something that we've run into, we had done one tour already out through Pipestem into West Virginia, throughout PA, and we were supposed to hit Ohio, but some things fell through there.
Still went to Ohio.
We still went to Ohio. It was a great time.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Lake Erie is fantastic.
It's beautiful. It's dirty. But we like it that way.
It's dirty.
Dirty.
We like it that way. So something, though, when you're working as a band, so to other musicians out there, and trying to put together some sort of tour or tour pack that you are doing, you start to realize how closed certain markets are. Now, we are also, mind you, coming out 2 years post of the dreaded disease that made everything stop. But getting back into the difficulty of finding promoters that are willing to push out of towners, as well as it's a whole animal in itself. So if you are in any of these towns and have suggestions or know promoter groups that want to work with us, man, hit us up in the comments so that way we can make these shows even bigger and even better for you guys.
Yeah, because if you're going to be coming out to all this, the last thing we want is for you to be coming out to a show
that's
empty and not as fun as it could be, or not with the band you think would be a really good fit with us.
Now, to be fair, our last tour, we did not run into that at all. So I would really push, actually, that if you come out to a Contrøller show, it'll be hype, it'll be hot.
Yeah, because we are far from able to or willing to settle on I guess that will work.
Yeah, and so yeah, and actually Steve has more of the details about what we're doing after all of the Tennessee run and stuff.
Yep. So there's been a lot of back and forths actually with the next date, and the next date originally actually turned into one of the most challenging ones. Now I'm sitting with potentially more options than I know what to do with.
Oh, nice.
And
that's always all right.
Yeah, so...
Do you want a Twinkie or do you want a ho-ho?
No, I don't want either, actually, right now. I just want a freaking pie.
Ho-ho. That's
pretty...
I just want a freaking pie.
I want to get some crepes.
Some crepes.
Some crepes.
Some crepes.
Right now, we have we do have a band actually down in the Raleigh area called 11 to Midnight. that
You
we
joined
will
that.
be planning to play with.
You got that new band? You're in 11 to midnight? When did
I
you
am not
join?
in.
Oh, you said we've got this new band.
Yeah,
We've
we.
got
Uh-oh.
this band that we're
called
playing
11
with.
to midnight now?
Do they like crepes?
I hope they like crepes because crepes are awesome.
Crepes are awesome.
But they are based out of the Raleigh area. We have a potential hold. Well, actually, not potential. We have a guaranteed hold on a venue in Raleigh right now. However, there is a promoter that is also talking right now, trying to figure out if we might have a better option
Yes.
on the table for a different venue.
I do remember us having this conversation.
up
now,
in
yeah.
the Durham area,
In the
so
Durham area.
still in the triangle and everything like that. But we are going to be most likely still in the greater triangle of Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area.
Yeah.
So, still trying to
Yay,
figure out
North
the full
Carolina.
logistics of exactly all the nuances with it, but. You can pretty much guarantee we're locked in on that one, unless we don't really need the venue situation. If there is a band that you know is available that would be awesome to play with, let us know. Hit us up. We'd
Yeah.
be happy to share that because we got the one band. We'd love to have two.
Again, I'm going to ask you guys in the comments of wherever you're watching it, man, just drop something.
Now,
Yes.
Now the next show is in France, right?
No,
okay.
the next show.
That's next year.
Yeah, that's
That's
next
fine.
year's
That's
tour. The next show that I thought was going to be easier right now is proving to be the most challenging one. No, the DC one's confirmed.
Okay.
The next one was the attempt to be into Richmond, Virginia. So
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
we've kind of gotten to the point now to where we know we're going to be in the Raleigh greater area, and then we're going to be in DC 2 days later. So if anybody has any promoter leads, any band leads, any venue leads, they can help us out with.
Again,
That's
like-
anywhere in a 6-hour bubble between DC and Raleigh. Let us know, because right now it is a completely open date and we have not been able to get anything going for that Tuesday. That's also not helping our case because it is a Tuesday show and Tuesdays are very hard to book.
Yeah.
But yes, if you have anything in the greater Virginia area or over on the east side of North Carolina, maybe let us know and we'll be more than happy to reach out to whoever you refer us to hitting up.
Basically, we're reaching out and saying like, "Hey, yeah, look out for us on this." So we're not just in that city getting drunk with you guys.
And the
Like,
real of it too is like, you know, we're taking the time to advertise that we're doing this thing, but moreover, man, like if our tour becomes partially your tour too, we are more than happy to celebrate with you. So
Yep.
so absolutely hit us up if you have anything you can help us with in that regard.
Because yeah, this is more your party than ours. We're just there to help, provide some background.
Facilitate.
Yeah.
Facilitate. That's a good
Facilitate
word.
the party, but this is your home turf. We want to make sure you're having a good time with your friends and the music you want to hear in the place you want to hear it at.
Yeah.
So we are absolutely confirmed, though, in DC right now with the venue being the Moonlight House.
The Moonlight House. Okay.
We are still waiting for confirmation on all the supporting acts, but we are confirmed 100% in DC for that Wednesday at the Moonlight House.
okay.
Awesome. I've never been to DC.
Yeah.
I haven't
Granted,
either.
we are not in DC proper because DC proper is really, really tiny.
Oh yeah.
So we are technically in the burbs
Right,
of
right,
DC.
right, but
now,
still.
so if we wanted to DC proper, could I hug Abraham Lincoln? Would they
You
let
could-
me do
you
that?
could hug
I would
his
highly
leg.
recommend you do not try to get that close to the statue.
Oh yeah.
I just want to hug Abe.
No, you'll get tackled.
Yeah. They always have a fence off around the actual statue.
So if I hop the fence, I'll get tackled.
Yes.
You will not be doing the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be saying goodbye, Bob.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you in about a year and a half.
Uncle Sam needs to rectify this.
Uncle Sam needs to rectify Lincoln.
No, he needs to rectify the fact that I don't get to hug Lincoln.
Lincoln's ankle. It's
Well,
Yeah,
more
that-
probably
that's
like
fine.
the equivalent of the pinky toe.
yeah, maybe.
I don't care.
Because I don't think the ankle's really far away, actually, with how big that statue
I
is.
was trying to think
Yeah,
exactly.
no, that
how
statue's
big.
huge.
Yeah, it's
It's freaking huge.
It's freaking huge.
freaking huge.
I've been to D.C., and it's a lot bigger of a statue than you think it's going to be.
Really?
I've
Same with
eaten
the
a
Washington
potato
Monument.
before, so I have nothing
Well,
to do with this
The
conversation.
Washington Monument is gigantic.
And erect. Yeah.
It is a full erect. We are then after DC. We are in Pittsburgh the next day. That one we do not have any of the details on. That one our label has a lot of connections on, so all that's being taken care of, as well as of right now, our label's also taking care of a lot of the Cleveland date stuff.
Yay!
The day after
Cleveland
that.
rocks. Cleveland rocks. Okay,
Yep.
sorry. I love you, Ohio. It's hell there. I'm sorry.
Evidently, I was told
He was once God King of Ohio. He's no longer God King of Ohio.
That was in 2022.
Yeah, that was in 2022.
It was in 2020. It was
Yep.
last year, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's not a
left,
lifetime.
and then things happened.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's not a lifetime title.
No, yeah,
No,
you
it
could-
was
That's a
only
yearly
like 2
membership.
months.
something like
Something like
two.
that.
That's a yearly membership.
Yeah.
Yep. And rates do go up.
They do.
It's
They do.
hard to be God King of Ohio.
For 2 months, when you guys had really low taxes and awesomeness, that was me. Just saying.
It's just really hard to be God King of Ohio. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I gave it up.
He's like, so let's move on.
And
I resigned. I'm sorry.
yeah, you resign. Yeah, there's no termination here. So
Just resign.
There was no
After-
termination. All of those-
Determination.
no, I said there was no
There's
termination.
determined.
All of the scandals were unfounded.
Oh my goodness. Wait, no, we found out that sock really was sentient.
That's fair.
after he got done with it, so
No, that's scented, not sentient.
Oh,
and sentient.
very sentient. It was pungent.
Yeah. So Cleveland is the second to last date. We are going to be wrapping the tour in the greater Detroit area. Not going to lie. I have been so fixated on the front half of the tour. Haven't really put a whole bunch of effort yet into the Detroit date. I do know that there are.
Let us know where to go.
Yeah, I do know of a few different venues.
It would be interesting if we played at the last venue we played in Detroit at.
The diesel.
Oh, the Diesel one?
Diesel Lounge.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
Diesel is on the radar as a potential for one of the places for us.
Hit us up.
We also have another venue that I'm looking into called the Sanctuary down in Hamtramck.
Nice.
There is a
Stop and get my Polish food while
yeah.
while we're at it.
I know where I'm eating before the show, and I'm going to take a nap while I'm on stage.
Yes.
So there is also a couple places, one in Warren and another one down in Ferndale that I am looking into. However, again, you all know the turf. You got a band that you want us to hit up. You got a venue you want us to be at
Tell
more than
us.
others. Let us know.
Tell us.
Again, trying to
Tell
more
us.
work on the front half of the tour than the back half of the tour right now, trying to make sure we can get someplace and less worried about where we're getting after we get someplace right
And
now.
To be real, a lot of all of this tour is coming out of pocket for us. So
Again, kind of leaning back to the if you can help us on Patreon.
So if you also
Our
if
link tree also has a link for gas donations.
this
Yes.
is true. So if you want us to show up in your hometown,
In your backyard, even. Like, if you can bring the crowd.
yeah,
I mean, it's fine.
Backyard
the Tuesday
again.
show, if nobody has an option for a venue and you want a backyard barbecue type option
but
Hey.
legitimately
for
if
a
you-
certain price, we are more than happy to help.
You got to have PA.
And beer.
Yeah, if you can at least, vocalize or take care of our vocals.
Because we're all DI.
Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll
so-
just throw that little guy in.
Throw the little guy out there.
Yeah.
we would absolutely love to play wherever you're at. If you can make it lucrative enough for us to get there and not starve to death,
Yep.
then we'll do it. I mean,
feed
like,
us and we're good.
Yeah, so
Feed us in a little bit of gas money to get to the next stop.
Hey.
and we love to hang out and party. Well, actually, that's mostly Bob.
Yeah, and you.
That's still debatable.
Cheers.
I mean,
cheers. to
It's
that.
not debatable. It's not about cheers.
and cheers to you all. So, if you want us to come play wherever your locale's at, let us know. Throw us the ability, and we will definitely do this. So,
Yeah, there is a lot of logistical jungle gyms you have to go through when you're actually trying to book.
I like
book
jungle gyms, though.
They can be fun,
Hula-
but they can
hula
also
hoops.
be where you end up in a spot where you're like, and I don't know how to get out of this.
and that's how I
And
broke
that's
my
kinda
ankle
how-
when I was a kid. I was
Like
on a
jungle
jungle
gym?
gym. Yeah.
Did you
I
try to do,
actually-
like, backflips and stuff?
No, I was trying to do this upside down hang thing. Okay, don't make fun of me.
I'm making...
I was-
okay.
I was like maybe 8 years old.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just
And-
going to let them have their moment.
No, shut up. Okay, this is a serious.
We are having a moment. Shut up, Steve.
I was literally
Shut up.
stating that.
Jeff, I'm sorry that he interrupted you. Please continue.
I'm sorry he interrupted me too.
Yeah,
My
that's right.
ankle hurts now just thinking about
I'm
it.
sorry.
Hi, Steve.
So there was this girl, and I think
It's
her.
always a girl.
Yes.
I'm just saying that when there's a kid story
Yeah,
that
you
you
know
hurt
what?
yourself, there's always
Hey.
a girl.
Hey.
So I was trying to impress this
Yeah.
girl,
Okay.
even though Steven interrupted me yet again.
Did he interrupt you then too?
Again. Okay, so there was this girl I was trying to impress,
Okay.
and I was thinking to myself, if I can hang upside down from the top of the jungle gym, she's going to be really impressed.
I mean, that's fair.
By my
I would be
legs-
impressed.
So that's gross. So, you even know where that's been? Okay,
I do at least have a sanitizer
So-
foam.
That is his microphone.
Yeah.
So those that haven't joined our Patreon, he just licked his mic.
He's
Why'd you
molesting his
spoil
microphone.
the
because I gotta
desired-
let people know.
No,
Okay,
they need
so-
to subscribe for
so-
that type of stuff.
Come
That's
on.
right.
So,
Kind of
Controller
like
After Dark.
OnlyFans. Anyways.
so I'm hanging upside down and everything is wonderful, right?
Okay.
And I decide I'm gonna hang by one leg. I'm hanging out with my friend Brad, right?
Okay.
And my friend
Always a
Brad.
Brad.
It really kind of always was, dude. Every time I broke a bone, I was hanging out with a Brad. That's really messed up.
You're welcome.
So he decides that it would be funny to come over and hang on me while I'm hanging upside down by one
Oh, what a dick.
leg. What a jerk. Hashtag.
He's
retake.
addicted to you.
Anyway, so yeah, that I don't even know what that had pertinence to because
We were just
I
talking
don't know.
about how a jungle gym is a good metaphor for the challenges of booking a tour as
right,
an independent
yeah,
band.
'cause you break a
because
leg.
a grant. Well,
I'm sorry
sometimes
that happened to you.
Well, no, it goes into the whole showbiz thing because what do
Break
they
a
tell
leg.
you?
break a
Yeah,
leg.
Go break. a
Now,
leg.
I will say I agree. It can be fun, and that's the parts of the tour that are more tied to the monkey bars and the slide and
I
all
don't
that stuff.
know. Brad was a jerk, dude, and the fact.
No,
that he
you
broke
said it
my-
wrong, but okay. He wasn't a jerk. He's what I said.
He's a dick. Did
no.
to you.
He was a jerk because he hung on me, and then there was a jerk, and that's what
Yeah, fair enough.
screwed
Okay.
up my ankle.
Everybody, if you're listening, please let us know if he was a jerk or if he was what I said.
Okay.
Okay.
But the part that I was kind of using as a metaphor towards the challenging part, kind of like the tunnels where you always got that kid that's sitting at both ends of it that
No,
you're
do you
just kind
just
of
kick
trapped
him out?
and it's a pain
Yeah.
to try to get the hell out of there
Right.
and to try to work in there. That can also be the components of the tour because something that is it's unfortunate and fortunate all at the same time. When you're a band that's at our level, you don't have the resources for a lot of personnel for management firms and for booking
We're on a
managers.
level? Oh no, I did not know we were on a level.
We are
it's like-
on a level.
If you were banned
It's like
at our
this level, but not really this level.
Yeah. So
What level is that?
that is a level that we're
We're-
not at.
so you know we are sitting currently in a basement.
Yes. But there are still sub basements.
This is true. This is
So,
true.
At least
the-
it's a lovely couch.
It
yeah.
is- yeah.
So-
at
It's
this
comfy.
level,
It is comfy.
at this level, I would say that we're living in the lap of luxury.
Yeah. So
Ish.
the unfortunate component, though, is
I've seen
there's a lot of financial resources that go into booking managers, tour firms, AR firms, all that type of stuff. That for bands a little bit higher up the food chain than we are, some of those components can at least be taken care of for them.
Oh, not to cut you off, but totally to cut you off. If you belong to any of those, comment in the thing,
Yes.
you
Comment
know.
below.
Yeah.
Join
Yeah.
our Patreon.
It's like, wait, if
That'd
you're
be awesome, too.
watching, it's like right down there. Or wait, if it's Patreon, it might be up there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how the layout for Patreon is, so you might be right.
Yeah,
So,
it might be
yeah.
either up there,
But-
over there.
the unfortunate and fortunate part is we kind of get to the fortunate part is we get to kind of decide what pacing we're moving at, what towns we're actually interested in trying to get to. If there ends up being an option that seems better in a different town
Yeah.
than where we were initially planning to go to, we can on the drop of a dime just that's going to make more sense
Yeah.
in all aspects for us. So we're gonna switch the date over to moving over there. Whereas with you have a firm, Are we sure we want to do that? Well, maybe let's let them know and see if they decide that we can do that and all that stuff. But the part that sucks about it is all the stuff that we just talked about. That if you have any suggestions, if you can help us out whatsoever, because the bands that have enough financial capability, enough financial capability to hire on firms don't really have to worry about those components of the logistics.
Yeah, and to be fair, we've been doing this now for
too long,
almost 12 years. Isn't that right?
This band itself, we're coming up on the 12-year mark.
So,
how have the four of us put up with each other for that long?
Really don't.
Mostly
with
me
a
and
lot
Steve.
of with a lot of intermediate breaks.
I'm a very passive person and easy to get
No
along
one
with.
has ever mad at you.
Oh no, I've been mad at him.
No, I've been mad at Chad before.
You know what? I've never been mad at you.
Yeah, you're not paying enough attention to be
Ever.
mad at him.
You shut up. You shut up. No, you are a beautiful
Thank
human
you,
being,
Steven.
Chad.
I shall
appreciate
defend
it.
the Chad.
That is right. That is right.
Yeah,
you
because
can
he's
all
his
be mad at
biggest
me
influence.
for defending Chad.
It's because he's his
I'm
biggest
not mad
influence.
at you for that. I mean, I love Chad, but I have been mad at Chad
Yeah.
before.
Don't you be mad at
If
Chad.
I have been an
mad at
actual
me.
friend with Chad
That's
for
not
coming on
wrong.
20 years and have never
Fair.
once in any way, shape, or form been frustrated with
Yeah,
Chad,
that'd be weird.
that is not a real friendship.
Yeah,
No.
this is true. This is true.
Yeah, if I was like, no, there's been 20 years of perfect bliss. Bull!
So yeah, a
I'm
little
fluid like water.
Yeah.
and a little segue to
Like
our last episode. If
Yes.
you did happen to catch our last episode, we were talking about the recording process that's happening. We are going to be touring which. Actually, we don't have a name for it. Never mind. But
The tour
EP,
name?
yeah.
We do not have
will
a
be-
settled name for the tour yet. We have a
we
lot
will
of
be-
different
let you know.
ideas
We
rolling.
will be touring the new EP.
Yes.
And so we're excited to present that to you guys. We talked about it last episode and what songs we love and all this other stuff. Please come out and tell us how much you love them.
And we have performed
90
a
of them.
couple of the songs
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a lot.
There are still 2 of the
I thought it was
songs.
3.
No, there was 4 songs we haven't performed.
Tip.
Off of
Clarity?
just this EP.
Yeah, just off of Find Yourself.
Oh, we did play.
Tip, Control
we did
Yourself.
Play Control Yourself. I
Control
forgot.
Yourself has been performed as
One
of right now.
time.
Once.
One time.
And actually, to be fair,
To be fair.
we played it. I'm just saying, you know,
Here's the
we
thing.
played it
Here's the thing.
differently.
We did. Yeah, the version that was performed that night is not the version.
It was still
Thankfully.
It
That
was
has
still
been
a fresh.
recorded.
It was still a fresh song for us at the time we played it. It was
Yes.
one of those. Hey, we want to see the crowd reaction to this movement.
and we needed to fill out the set list one more song, and we were like,
Well,
cool,
I mean,
let's do that one.
realistically,
a new
there were
one.
other songs we could have picked, but for me, it was I want to see if the
Well,
crowd.
not only
Oh, and I know you and Chris
and
were
Chris,
both
because
involved.
Chris is wanting to cycle in more of his songs.
Yeah, and
Understandably.
that's totally.
And I get it. Love
Yeah,
it.
understandably, but there are still. So we've obviously played Clarity numerous times. We have played Trust in the Process
Yes.
pretty much consistently ever since that one kind of got its final rendition done
Yeah.
to it.
And honestly, the final rendition after we record, it's gonna take a bit of a morphing, but it's actually the
Yeah,
song
I was
we
going to say
did.
there's probably I would state that there's been 3 renditions,
Yeah.
if you will, of
Of
Trust in the
that-
Process.
of that song.
There was the very first one that I don't even know really ever made it out to the public.
No.
And then there was the version that has been being performed live.
Yeah, the stands
Ever
room.
since, and then there's going to be the 3rd version that has all the refinement once we get it done in the
Yes.
studio.
Yes.
Yeah, you just got to
Um,
trust in the process.
Yeah, you just got to trust in the
You just
process.
have to.
However, we've played that one. We have played Control Yourself one time. We have not ever played Discover live.
No,
Nope.
we have
Nope.
not.
Or
And-
show me the way.
Or
And we
Show
have
Me the
we
Way.
have not
Yeah.
played Show Me the Way live at all.
So those are some of the names of the songs that will be on this new EP that we're going to be pushing.
that's actually all the names other than the intro track.
Yeah.
Like I said, almost all the songs. He's looking at me like this because I'm still working on it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
No, it was more of a, is there a name that you got in your head?
No, it's-
Okay, cool. There is no name yet
There's
for
no
it.
name. Hey, if you have a name, throw it in the comments below.
That made me nervous. I got to use the potty. I'll be back.
So, yeah, the
Well, we're going to be done here
Yeah,
soon,
yeah.
dude.
This one's
We
about.
can't keep them all day.
That's fine.
Like,
If I
he's-
miss you, I love you. Goodbye.
apparently he hit his threshold.
Yeah. His
Not supposed to break the seal.
His back teeth are floating.
Yeah, the eyes are yellow and the teeth are floating. But the live show is going to be very centered around this brand new release for the tour, for the shows leading up to the tour.
Yes.
We're completely redesigning the set list with that brand new intro kind of being the intro that is going to start the shows off.
Yep.
Kind of trying to present an entire different live experience than what you guys have seen over the past year. So that way it's not the same old songs. Don't worry. Your favorites. We're still trying to make sure that at least a few of them are peppered in.
Ish.
Yeah.
But run on.
So, yeah, the tour is still
In the works. We're getting there.
But there's enough components that are actually like hot prongs in the fire. They're not just, hopes at this point.
Prongs or pokers?
And please,
That
please,
too.
if you make it out to one of the tour dates, shows, come up to the merch booth and let us know whether or not you heard about it from our podcast.
Yes. Because something Chad and I at least have been talking about that we haven't actually pulled the trigger on yet, and maybe if we can get some more of you actually sign up for Patreon, we'll actually finally do this one. We've been talking about some Patreon exclusive merch.
Yes.
Some exclusive t-shirt designs that you can only get if you're signed up to Patreon. So if a few more of you actually can hop on and maybe even in the comments on the Patreon post and everything like that for this video.
Oh, dude, you're back. Did you wash your hands? Dude, if he'd have read up the steps, I'd have fell out.
Yeah, if you can, in the comments of this video, if you hear this component of it, let us know. We already have some ideas for Patreon exclusive merch,
Yes.
but if there's something specific that you would like to see, or if there's a piece that, be it a bracelet, shirt, bag, whatever, that you would enjoy a whole bunch more than just regular t-shirt, definitely let us know on that, and we'll take all that into consideration, see what pricing we can do on all of that to see how much we can make it a reality for you.
We're gonna
We're
be
working
selling your
on things.
bathwater, bro.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, if you want a vial of his bathwater,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's gonna cost you
it's
like
going to be
80.
in rare supply because he doesn't take a lot. So,
Like that's why it costs 80.
I prefer showers, so I can't sell
I don't take a
bathwater.
whole lot of
Exactly.
baths. So that's that why
I
it's
was stating rare supply.
Exactly. That's
you
why.
were calling me a dirty SOB is what you
No,
were doing.
Anyway,
you
guys
you
very
took it that
much.
way.
Thank you for joining us for absolutely.
Absolutely. Actually, here's the thing. To be fair,
Controller.
Actually, controller.
We love you guys. I'll see you later.
Later, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one, guys.
Thank you for listening to Actually Controller. If you liked what you heard, please consider following us on all our socials. You can easily find us on all the different platforms by going to linktree/controller33 or scan the QR code if you are watching the video version of this episode. Thank you.